Right, start of the morning, day 8. I'm in Bolsover. Oh yes, I am in Bolsover. And I got a major problem. And I am really, really lucky actually, so I can't complain too much. There is a hole in the tent. And probably part of the reason there's a hole in the tent is because there is a massive hole in the side of the tent bag. And this has obviously happened, again, because the tent bag overhangs the rucksack on both sides. So I must have caught it yesterday. I didn't notice, well I probably did notice, but didn't think that that's what happened. And I say I am so lucky. Last night is the only night in the whole time I've been out that it hasn't rained even just a little bit overnight. And if it had, everything would be soaked. I'd have been, you know, up at whatever time in the morning, soaked, nowhere to go, nothing to do, and just thinking, by now I'd be, I just want to go home. Well, no, I probably wouldn't have been, but I wouldn't have been happy. So I found the patch, I can't find the glue. And obviously this is not something you can fix with super glue. So I've made a decision, I'm going to walk back into Bolsover, get the bus to Chesterfield, go outdoors. I doubt a rip is covered in the guarantee, but they'll have the right glue. I should be able to lay it out in the shop as well in the dry while the thing, while the glue dries, yes. Also, there is another reason for going there. Putting my boots on this morning, I've realised there's a bloody great hole in this one. And they are new, and they are under guarantee. So it's going to be a late start, which is annoying because this is probably the earliest I've been up and ready. Well, I'm not quite ready because I haven't taken the tent down. But, you know, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But it is because I'm getting into the pace of things. Obviously, I won't count the distance going to Chesterfield and back. But there you go. It could be a lot worse. Well, I've just passed where I stayed last night, which means that I've lost about 4 hours today. Though the tent is sort of fixed. Didn't have the glue, didn't have the proper tent fixing tape. So I've got Gore-Tex patches on it, which meant for fixing coats. I've also brought some Gorilla Tape as a backup. Fingers crossed, because it does look like it's going to rain tonight. Well, it's been raining most of the day actually, and also that's one of the bonuses that while it's been raining, I've been in go outdoors or a bus. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, I did buy myself a new hat. Not one of the expensive ones, just a £5 low alpine cap. And then I went to Asda, the Asda Living, to get some shorts, because I just remember ones that got ripped and the fact that I bought a pair that I hadn't got a belt for. Yeah, tried them on, didn't fit, got the belt anyway. I went to pay and I realised, crap, I left my hoodie in the changing rooms, which of course has one of my phones and my wallet in. Go back, thank God, got it, put everything back on, and of course when I'm doing that, I take the cap off and I leave it there. So I bought a cap in Go Outdoors, I immediately lose it in the Asda Living about 20 minutes later. But as I said earlier, could have been worse. I left my wallet in the changing rooms and it was still there when I got back. You know, I'd have been in real trouble without that. Well, I've been stuffed without that, to be perfectly honest. So, on we go. Go on, you can do this. That's it, go on, and again. Oh, Edie, you were so close. Come on. Come on, you can do that. No! Oh well. Good girl. Yeah, clever dog, well done. Don't look at me that smug. Been like this all day. At least this road's got a pavement. And there were two things Go Outdoors in Chesterfield didn't have. Tenacious tape, the proper tape to mend tents with, and of course, waterproof bags for the outside of rucksacks. And this thing is just getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And oh look, It's another hill! A joy! Well, that was a hard day. The one saving grace was I knew I had Bramley to aim for and I could spend the night indoors again. Meaning not only everything is drying out, but I've got some washing done because I was down to I think I've got 2 pairs of socks left, but my last pair of underpants, clean underpants, and now everything's washed and drying out, and the bag's drying out, and everything that was wet is dry. Even the dog. But that was hard. I'm not even sure if the rip in the tent wasn't a good thing because it meant that I did 4 hours less. I did get a lift at the end of the day, so I'm going to have to go back. And it's only about 1 mile, 2 miles, but yeah, it was yesterday. It wasn't just the rain, the constant rain, and the fact that I was getting wetter and wetter, and the bag was getting heavier and heavier. And today is the first time, even though I slept in a real bed, that my back's a little bit it's not quite right, which is a little bit worrying. And I'm sure it's because of the weight of the bag. How heavier it got because of the rain. But there were just loads and loads of hills. And I don't mind walking up hills. You know, I used to do hill walking. This is why I knew I could do this. But going up little pointless hills and then having to come down them over and over again. I must have gone up 30 hills yesterday. It's just annoying after a while. Though the other thing was there weren't really many paths that went in the right direction. So I had to spend a lot of time on roads. I had to spend a lot of time on roads that didn't have pavements with the dog when, you know, the weather's that bad at 2 in the afternoon when people have got the headlights on. You know, it's just none of yesterday was ideal. But survived, dried out, almost ready to go. I need to catch up on what I need to do. 2 days worth of video editing and a couple of other bits before I set off. But the weather's, God knows what the weather's going to be. It's like, normally people have a holiday in August. This August had a holiday. Oh dear. But yeah, and with what happened yesterday, must be last night. So why are you doing this? And not so why are you doing this? Was probably the way that they actually asked it. But I see the problem is with HS2 is that it was a project looking for a solution. It was demanded of by the people who'd lobbied for it. You know, HS2 is the product of direct lobbying for a project by the people who have vested interests in making sure that project happens. You know, basically there is a vested interest lobbying club that is going to make billions of pounds out of building HS2, and they really, really want to build HS2. Oh, sorry, no, they don't really care about building HS2. They want the money that they'll get for building HS2. And as a result, you see all these ridiculous justifications, you know. Some of them are just bizarre, you know. HS2, you look at for example, the jobs figures, I mentioned this. You look at the jobs figures and say, HS2 is going to eradicate unemployment effectively with the jobs that it won't create, but will maybe created by all the extra money that needs to be spent around it. Hello, let's have some more money, Mr. Lobbyist. And it's a massive, massive environmental disaster. You know, it's unbelievable. The land take is under. I still haven't done that. All right, I need to remember to do that in tomorrow's video to point out the land take difference between the M1 and HS2, because HS2 have very handily moved the route near the M1, and you can get to see the land take of HS2 next to the land take of the M1, where it's 8 lanes, and it's remarkable that people think that HS2 is just a normal railway. No, it's not. The land take of this project, because it's been designed for 250 miles an hour, is remarkable. And this is the problem, that the environmental destruction is due to start happening in some places it's happening already. Low level stuff, I say low level, no one looks low level, but you know, a few roadside hedges here, which are very important sites, but in terms of destruction, in September it's going to start happening wholesale. September, October, the ancient woodlands are coming down. And HS2 still hasn't got notice to proceed. The review's still ongoing. The new Transport Secretary is saying, oh, we'll get the green light, yes or no, by the end of the year. It hasn't stopped HS2 Limited doing the work and creating the destruction. And can you create destruction? Well, destructing the destruction. I don't know which way around that goes. But that is going to happen in the next month, while politicians are still scratching their heads about it and completely distracted by Brexit. And this is one of the ways that HS2 has kept getting away with it, because it's lurched from cock up to disaster. You know, it turns out, will it cost 3 times the original budget? Yeah, well, who cares? Because no one's paying attention, because everyone is looking at someone else, whether that's, Brexit, next general election, God knows what's going to happen. And this is just going to trundle on through while no one is paying attention. And by the time they say, I think we should probably cancel it. So, well, we've already chopped down all the ancient woodlands now, and might as well go ahead with it now, or we'll look really stupid. And no one's noticing this. And people have really got to notice this, and pretty damn quickly.